And yeah, by the way, someone in the stream chat just said, why did Phil disable comments on his Final Fantasy 15 review? I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. They're enabled. I know for a fact they're enabled because I just read them right before I started streaming. And in fact, I was talking with people in the stream chat about this. I'm not going to spoil for you if you haven't seen the review in particular, you know, what my review is of Final Fantasy 15. But it is interesting to read some of the comments and the things that people say on a review that are just blatantly wrong. Like, completely and utterly, just incorrect. People saying, oh, Final Fantasy 15 was not in development for 10 years. How dare you say that in the review? Wrong. It was. It's well documented that it's been in development for 10 years. Just because, after, say, 6 or 7 years, a new director jumped on the project and scrapped a lot of the previous work, doesn't mean the game wasn't in development for 10 years. That's a cop-out excuse from people who want to be fanboys of Final Fantasy and claim that, oh, it's not their fault that the game's unfinished. Yes, it is. I also like people who are in the Final Fantasy 15 Defense Force, saying that, oh, well, Phil complains constantly about the camera during combat in this review, but then also in the review explains that the camera can be adjusted, so the problems are his own. No, the problem is the camera isn't functional in combat, and in order for it to be functional, you'd have to constantly be adjusting it. The whole point of combat in a game is not camera adjustment. It's the combat. You're supposed to be focusing on the actual action and interactions of the characters in the combat, not, oh, well, for this particular fight, is the camera going to be better as up close, default, or far? Okay, now I've selected that. Now, let me constantly be battling the improperly broken rotating camera by fighting it with my right thumbstick while I'm attacking, targeting, warp striking, dodging. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's pretty funny how people go into, like, defense mode when it comes to games that they're, like, fanboys of. The whole point is that that doesn't work. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, maybe if you completely fight the game, you can get the camera to kind of be functional, but it's still broken. So anyway, my point is, the comments work on the Final Fantasy review. I know for a fact because I just read them. But anyway, I hope that you'll read the review.
I hope that you'll watch the review. Hope that you enjoy the review. It took a lot of time to work on it, actually 2 days.
Overall, it was over 67 hours of work to do that review. So hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully people get some information and meaning out of it.
That would certainly be nice, since it was a lot of work.
And today we'll wrap up Final Fantasy 15, okay?
Dark Souls.
Since when the game was new, I had no experience in the series. And
I sucked at it and I rage quit the game.
And then when I finally went back to it in 2013, when I started streaming, basically people just held my freaking hand the entire playthrough, okay? What if I went back to it now? By the way, but now they've already patched the game. They've added all this new content and everything to the game. What if I went back and replayed the original Dark Souls as a full playthrough, a real playthrough? You know what I mean? Not a, oh, hold my hand kind of deal, but trying to figure it out for myself. I'm thinking I might go back to it. You know? Because I never legitimately beat it. And it may just be fun, you know? It may just be fun to go back and re-experience it as a full playthrough. So I don't know. Here's my major concern. My major concern is this, right? Right now, I'm finishing Final Fantasy 15. Okay. I'm playing Ocarina of Time and Pokemon Moon. Both niche playthroughs that aren't going to get a lot of people interested, right? I'm doing my year-end series. Those typically do pretty good. But there's really nothing happening gameplay-wise, gaming-wise, until late January with Resident Evil 7. I'm sorry, but I simply can't have an entire month where no one's watching my stuff. I will go out of business.
I need to pay my bills.
I can't have a month where all of a sudden, you know what I mean?
No one's watching, and I'm making no money.
So I'm thinking maybe I have to do something like replay Dark Souls to try to get interest back. You know what I mean?